Hey YouTube, YTPC, pipe smokers everywhere. Got a pipe tobacco review today for you. This is a big one, a heavy hitter. Gonna be looking at this. Capstan Original Navy Flake, also pretty widely known as Capstan Blue. This is a wonderful straight Virginia flake. Probably one of the most popular Virginia flakes and one of the best out there. In our community, it's one of the most heavily respected and everybody loves it. And a lot of people smoke it. So I'm looking forward to reviewing it today. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and crack this jar open. Let's get a jar note. And this straight Virginia. So straight Virginia, we got one component, one kind of tobacco, flakes. Lovely, lovely Virginia jar note. I get bread. I get a little bit of a tart tanginess. Get lots and lots of earth. You know, soil, almost like a dirt, an agricultural almost smell. Just a little bit of raisin. And in the background, I sort of get some ketchup. So bread, earth, and a little bit of tanginess, like a ketchup. It's a wonderful, wonderful jar note. This is, so go ahead and tell you up front, this tobacco that's in this jar and that we're going to be smoking today is aged. This Capstan Blue has about 5 years of age on it, and it has done wonderful things for this tobacco. So I got a pipe packed here. Little Missouri Meerschaum Diplomat bent apple. And I got some of this Capstan Blue inside. This is I think one flake filled this pipe up with a little bit of tobacco left over. So thank y'all so much for stopping by to check out this presentation and to hang out with me today. I'm gonna go ahead and say a couple things first, and that is if you dig this content, please hit that like button. Okay, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. We'd really appreciate that. And if you like what we're doing here, tell some other pipe smokers about the channel. Okay, we would really appreciate that, and we would be glad to have some other pipe smokers come to the channel, always looking for new people. Okay, that would be great. So thank you so much. So I'm gonna fire this pipe up, and we're going to talk about this tobacco, and I'm going to tell you what I'm tasting, and just kind of talk about how the tobacco makes me feel. So here we go. So this is one of the best straight Virginias I've ever smoked. This is one of the best Virginia flakes I've ever smoked. This is one of the best pipe tobaccos I have come across yet in my journey. Deep, deep, earthy bread, a little bit of raisins, and there's some sort of spice, and we're going to talk about that. But let's talk about the history of the blend first. So the original company to put this tobacco out was started by a guy named Henry Overton Wills I. And he opened a shop on Castle Street in Bristol, in the United Kingdom, in 1786. And he had a partner, and they called the company Wills, Watkins & Co. And the Watkins guy hung with him for a little while. And he had a couple of other partners in the next few years. And then in 1826, his two sons, William Day and Henry Overton, which is where we get the WD and HO, his two sons took over. And in 1830, the company took the well-known name of WD and HO Wills, and it was after those two guys, his two sons, who took over the company. And that was in 1830. And the company was good to their workers. They made sure they had water, they had free medical care, they had paid holidays, and at this time, these things were unheard of. Some of the early blends that came out of that London factory were blends like Bristol, Three Castles, Gold Flake, Woodbine. These all came out in the 1870s and 80s. And then around 1893, got Capstan. In 1901, they became the Imperial Tobacco Company, still under the Wills family. The last Wills to serve the company was Christopher, the great-great-grandson of H.O. Wills I. And he retired in 1969. And sometime around 1990, Capstan was finally licensed to Orlick, and then from Orlick to McBaron. And that is the version that we have here. That is the version we're reviewing now. That is the version I'm smoking. That's the only version I've ever smoked, is the McBaron version of this Capstan Blue. And that leads me to another thing, and that is that, you know, when I started this channel, I told myself that I was going to review blends and tobaccos that were available, that people could get. And if you look back on my playlist of pipe tobacco reviews, a lot of the blends that I have reviewed in the past were available at the time, and they aren't anymore. And this is one of those blends now. This was put out by McBaron. And McBaron was bought out by another company, the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. And they got all of McBaron's blends. And they discontinued a lot of them, a lot of great blends. They discontinued them. However, Capstan is a blend that they intend to keep. However, I don't think they've made the transition yet to putting the tobacco out. So we're sort of in a transition period where you can't get the McBaron stuff anymore, and you can't get the STG stuff yet. However, as of the filming of this presentation, you can still get this on smokingpipes.com. Still available. It's not available on PNC. If you use Pipes and Cigars, it's not available there. It is available on Smoking Pipes, the McBaron version, but who knows for how long. Now, this is one of the most successful and best-selling pipe tobaccos on the planet. And STG, the Scandinavian Tobacco Group, they are a company that is about profits. And so I don't think they're going to let this tobacco go. They're going to put it back out. But will it be the same? We don't know. But with all that being said, this is the McBaron version that I'm smoking here, and that's the only version I've ever had any experience with. But I like McBaron's blends. I like them a lot, and I do like them a lot. And I think it's unfortunate that they're not putting out tobaccos anymore. And I would say that they would have done this justice. They would have wanted to put this tobacco out as true to how it was originally as they could have. So I trust their judgment on this blend. So, put out by McBaron, produced by McBaron, blended by McBaron. It's a straight Virginia. Flavorings. You know, I don't know. It's a navy cut, and so a lot of times, most times, I guess when a blend is advertised as a navy cut, it's understood that that tobacco is topped or either lightly cased with rum. And so maybe the topping on this blend is just rum. And if that's the case, yeah, I see that. There is a spice to this. I get bread, and I get a little bit of raisin, and I get a tangy, almost ketchup note. But I also get an intriguing spice. And it's not something I've ever been able to put my finger on. I can't tell you what it is. It could be the flavoring. It could be the rum. If you look this blend up though, and you look up the history of it, you'll find that it's been suggested that there were several things that were used in the past, and one of them being Tonkin. I've read coumarin, cinnamon. These are all suggestions. Comes in 1.75 ounce or 50 gram tin. And it's just a damn good straight Virginia. For it to be one component, it is so good. I feel like you could smoke this all day. It's not fancy, but it keeps your attention. There are wonderful flavors to be had here. For a flake, I don't feel like it's fussy at all. I broke up one flake and I rubbed it out really good. And I gave it a few minutes of dry time. I just kind of kept fluffing it and fluffing it and fluffing it and letting the air touch each individual little strip of tobacco. And it did perfect. It's burning wonderful in this cob. Smoking great. For a flake, it's smoking just like a ribbon, the way that I prepared it. So, it's pretty widely known also that a famous author smoked this tobacco, and this is one of his favorites, and that is J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of the Lord of the Rings series of books. Wonderful series of books and films. I love the original films put out by Peter Jackson. I have them all, the special edition, extended edition DVDs, and I love them. I love them and watch them all the time. The books are great too though. And J.R.R. Tolkien wrote those books, and this was one of his favorite blends, if not his favorite blend. Now, how do we know that? We know that from an auctioned cigar bill that they were able to tell that this was a blend he favored. He loved pipe smoking. He loved pipe smoking. And if you like to see movies with people smoking pipes, the Lord of the Rings films are great. They're loaded with pipe smoking. That original trilogy, it's great. It's awesome. All the main characters smoke pipes. But J.R.R. Tolkien himself loved pipe smoking. He was always seen with a pipe either in his hand or in his mouth. And it sort of made it difficult to understand what he was saying sometimes when he was talking, because of his pipe always being in his mouth. And he was quoted as saying that every morning when he wakes up, he thinks, good, another 24 hours of smoking. But there is something special about this straight Virginia tobacco. It's so earthy, and there's a spice about it that even in the smoke, when you're smoking it and you smell the smell of the smoke coming out of the pipe, it's so good. As far as Virginias go, this is one of the best. And again, this is aged. I've had this Capstan Blue since I think 21. So it's got a few years of age on it, and that does a lot for this tobacco. It's going to be one of the best tobaccos you can cellar because of its aging properties. It is well respected because of how well it ages. Yeah, it's simple, but there's also plenty to think about when you smoke it. Now, this is a pricey tobacco. This is probably one of the most expensive tobaccos I purchase, as far as in the tin, you know. When I bought this, not this original, but the last few tins I bought this, I bought some last year when I got wind of the McBaron thing going down. I went in and bought some Capstan Blue, and those tins were about 20 bucks a piece. And if you look now, what's available, I think they're $22 a piece. So this is a pricey tobacco, but I would say don't worry about that. Don't think about that. If you can get it, just get it. It's worth every penny. The quality is there. You can just tell that these Virginias are quality tobaccos. Yeah, if you can find the McBaron version, get it. And whenever all that goes away, like I say, I'm sure the Scandinavian Tobacco Group will put this back out. And hopefully it'll be just as good then as it is now, you know? A staple for a Virginia smoker, and a staple for your cellar as well. Well, thank y'all so much for watching this presentation. I really appreciate it. Y'all please drop a comment. If you smoke Capstan Blue, let me know what you think about it. I'd love to hear what you guys think about these tobaccos and your thoughts on these blends, and just anything you had to say on the subject. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all next time for a nice quiet pipe in the woods.